Hey guys, welcome back to Comics Reels. 23 is next week, and we could begin the reveal of the full X-Men cast. Spoiler alert for Spider-Man Brand New Day. Sadie Sink was in fact Jean Grey, and at the end of the movie suggests that she was on her way to upstate New York to where the X-Men mansion is. Over the past several weeks and months, many respected insiders and scoopers have put out reports of who's being eyed for each role. On Friday, the trades reported that Samara Weaving from the Ready or Not and The Babysitter is attached to play Emma Frost. With the two characters already confirmed, it makes me think that Marvel will adapt the 2001 New X-Men comic by Grant Morrison in the storylines, but a twist being the two main groups of the X-Men mixed with the older characters and the new students, a la Jean Grey. The X-Men franchise is one of Marvel's prestigious IPs they have and they haven't touched since the Disney acquisition of Fox, when they got over the rights of the Fantastic Four and the X-Men through the Fox merger. Marvel Studios, especially their head CEO, Kevin Feige, told us at Comic-Con for the past couple years that when the time is right, the mutants will come to the MCU. It took a while to get the Fantastic Four, and Fantastic Four First Steps came out last year to a great success. But now we have the X-Men movie that will be directed by Jake Schreier, who did Thunderbolts. With these X-Men characters, Marvel has to get it right. And it's something that I know the people over at Marvel in the casting department, they want to make sure they nail each and every character. Watching Spider-Man Brand New Day, Sadie Sink's Jean Grey was one of the best parts of the movie. And having the addition of Samara Weaving come to the franchise and being Emma Frost, I mean, look at her. She's perfect casting, comic accurate casting. But the one hesitance that I might have for this is the age gap. There's a 10 years age gap from Jean Grey and Emma Frost, which leads me to believe that maybe when the revelation of all these characters are revealed next week at D23 in Anaheim, California for their big event, maybe we're going to get some older cast members mixed in with some younger cast members to be the new X-Men at the X-Men Mansion, which is something they haven't really done before in the past X-Men movies. They were all around the same age, and they were either older or if they were younger. They tried with the New Mutants. That didn't really go well. If you guys seen that movie, that did not go well at all. But I think Marvel could do something very unique by having a mix of the old and the new. That, hey, the X-Men were already established there, but for some odd reason, which they'll probably explain to us, they never revealed and showed their faces. Like, why didn't they help out when Thanos did? Were they blipped? Is this something where at the end of Avengers Secret Wars, is this something in the multiverse is going to change, and that the X-Men is going to be already here on Earth? A big rumor out there is that Wanda Maximoff, who has been missing since the end of Multiverse of Madness, will come back to the franchise in Avengers Secret Wars, not Avengers Doomsday, which I heard from a trusted source that she was originally supposed to be a main character in Avengers Kang Dynasty before they got rid of the whole Kang story arc and they pivoted to Doctor Doom. and it left Wanda on the back burner, sort of say, which they have at the end of this year. I want to say in the next couple of months, we have Vision Quest, and Vision Quest is the sequel of WandaVision, in which White Vision is out to find his sons, especially to find Wanda. And we know from Agatha that Billy was on his way to find Tommy. So I think what Marvel's doing here is they're pushing Wanda to past Secret Wars and being a main factor in the X-Men, and perhaps being a villain, one of the main villains for the X-Men movies. Going over the rumors of who is being eyed for which character, we have Professor X. Professor X, one of the greatest comic book characters of all time. He's right up there with Tony Stark. He's right up there with Captain America. Like, he's a strong figure for the X-Men, and he's the glue of it. And I know we have in the past franchises, he was played by none other than the great Patrick Stewart, James McAvoy, Ross Marquand, to just name a few. But the three names that are looking at for Professor X is Patrick Wilson from The Conjuring and Cape Fear, Tom Pelphrey from Task, Ozarks, as well as the Netflix's Iron Fist, as well as Bill Skarsgård from It and Nosferatu. Out of the three, my preference is Bill Skarsgård. His acting capability in It was a very standout for me. The whole Skarsgård family are phenomenal in whatever they do. So my pick as of right now, if it's between these three, I would pick Bill Skarsgård. For Rogue, we have a clear frontrunner, in which is Kelly Spaney. Kelly Spaney from Alien Romulus and Pacific Rim. And she's also close with the director Jake Schreier because of past connections there. And I believe she was in the Netflix's Beef, if I'm not mistaken. Also, we have Odessa Azion, who, if you look at her, she just screams Rogue to me. Her hairstyle, her figure, she screams Rogue with me, and her graspy voice screams Rogue. And she's from Marty Supreme from last year with Timmy Chalamet in Until Dawn. It looks like it will be Kelly Spaney who won the part for Rogue, but I would not mind if it was Odessa Adezion. Beast, we're looking at Charles Melton from Beef, which Jake Schreier is a part of, and Riverdale, in which he was a recast in that, as well as Peter Claffey from the Knights of the Seven Kingdoms. Out of the two for Beast, I prefer Peter Claffey. I believe he has the build for it. And we're going to talk about one other casting that's in a different character that I think will fit more of a role as playing Beast. There was a long rumor that Jesse Plemons would be Beast, but it looks like it will be Charles Melton. There's a tie-in with Jake Schreier, who did Beef as well, and Charles Melton was a part of it. For Cyclops, Cooper Hoffman. Cooper Hoffman is the son of the late Philip Seymour Hoffman. He's from I Want Your and The Long Walk. Cooper Hoffman's a phenomenal actor, very young and up-and-comer. People were clowning on him online about being too big for the role, like he's not my Cyclops. I mean, we got Chris Pratt. If you look at Chris Pratt before and after when he got the role of Peter Quill, the body transformation, Marvel can do the work on anything. And I think that he would be a perfect Cyclops, but I would prefer him more as a Beast. We also have Drew Starkey from Queer, Outer Banks, and Lucky. Drew Starkey, he's getting out there more in acting roles. Like I just said, he's in the new Lucky show on Apple TV with Anna Taylor-Joy. His range in his acting, he can do something extravagant, something low-key, and I believe that's what makes a great Cyclops. We have James Marsden as Cyclops. Looks like he's going to be avenged from the horrible presentation of him in the past X-Men movies with Avengers Doomsday later this year. But out of the two, I would pick Drew Starkey. I'm going to mention a couple names that I heard from a source that Marvel is indeed looking into are Amelia Jones from Coda and Task, as well as Fabian Franco from House of the Dragon. I'm so excited about this, and here at Comics Reels, I'm going to stay up to date for D23 next week. All the casting rumors, if we have rumors or speculations about what upcoming movies, everything, Marvel, DC, Star Wars, everything in the films and television industry, Comics Reels is the #1 place to get your source, your discussion, and we're going to soon, as a community, as I'm building this up, I want to do live streams almost every day, just talking about the comics, talking about the fandoms that we love, films and television, and just having an open dialogue about why this means so much to you. Thank you guys for watching this video. That's all for Comics Reels today. Please leave a like if you guys haven't yet. Subscribe if you guys haven't subscribed. Share this to all your friends, families, social media pages. And I cannot wait to see you guys in the next video.